Imagine someone offers you two buttons. The first button changes absolutely nothing. Tomorrow looks exactly like today. The second button could completely transform your life. More confidence, better health, more money, stronger relationships, greater freedom. But there's a catch. Nobody can tell you exactly what happens after you press it. Which button would you choose? Most people say the second one, but their behavior tells a different story. Every day, people stay in jobs they hate, relationships that make them unhappy, habits they know are destroying them. Not because they enjoy those things, but because the human brain has one job above all else: keep you alive, not make you happy. And sometimes, those are two very different goals. Meet Alex. Alex isn't lazy. He's intelligent, hardworking, kind. Like millions of people, he dreams about changing his life. He talks about starting a business, learning a new skill, getting healthier, traveling more. Every January, he promises himself, this year will be different. And every December, his life looks almost exactly the same. Not because Alex lacks ambition, because his brain keeps pulling him back toward what's familiar. People call it the comfort zone. But that's misleading. Many people aren't comfortable at all. They're stressed, overworked, unhappy, financially anxious. So why don't they leave? Because your brain doesn't ask, am I happy? It asks, am I safe? And familiar feels safe, even when it hurts. Imagine you've walked the same path through a forest every day for years. It's muddy, uneven, full of obstacles, but you know every turn. Now imagine someone points to a brand new path. It looks smoother, brighter, easier. Would you take it? Maybe. But your brain immediately asks, what if there's danger I can't see? That's exactly how we treat change. Here's the strange part. We spend so much time worrying about the risks of changing that we rarely think about the risks of staying exactly where we are. What happens if nothing changes? 5 years pass. 10 years pass. Your finances stay the same. Your confidence stays the same. Your health slowly declines. The greatest risk isn't always making a change. Sometimes the greatest risk is refusing to make one. Think back to the first day at a new school, your first job, your first presentation, learning to drive. Almost everything meaningful in your life started with discomfort, not confidence. Confidence came later. That's something people often forget. They think successful people felt ready before they acted. Usually, they acted before they felt ready, and confidence followed. The brain is like a lawyer. It searches for evidence. If you've always believed you're not good with money, your brain collects proof. Every mistake becomes evidence. Every success gets ignored. The same happens with confidence, fitness, relationships, business. Whatever story you repeatedly tell yourself, your brain works overtime to make it feel true. Here's where real change begins. Most people try to change their behavior. Very few change their identity. Someone says, I want to run. That's behavior. Someone else says, I am becoming a runner. That's identity. The second person is far more likely to keep going because every action reinforces who they believe they are. Real transformation isn't just changing what you do, it's changing what you believe about yourself. The biggest mistake people make is trying to reinvent their entire life overnight. Your brain fights that. Instead, change one tiny thing. Read one page. Walk for 10 minutes. Save 5 pounds. Wake up 15 minutes earlier. Small actions don't threaten your brain, but repeated consistently, They quietly rewrite your identity. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's trying to protect you. The problem is, it evolved for survival, not fulfillment, not purpose, not extraordinary achievement. That's your job. Sometimes the life you want exists just beyond the things your brain is trying to keep you away from. The next time you feel resistance, ask yourself one question. Is this actually dangerous? Or is it simply unfamiliar? Because unfamiliar doesn't mean impossible. It often means you're growing. Every meaningful chapter of your life begins the same way, with something that once felt uncomfortable. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to How to Stick. Every week we uncover the hidden psychology behind the choices, habits, and behaviors that quietly shape your life, one simple story at a time.